Good morning, folks. I'm Chuck Emmert with the City of Phoenix Communications Office, and we are out at the Phoenix Fire Training Academy this morning for a special demonstration on holiday Christmas ornament safety. This is a type of thing that we have to talk about this time of year, where there can be dangers with some of the ornaments that we have around our house and some things that can happen. So we're out here at the Fire Training Academy. You can see behind me over here some trees that are set up, holiday trees, Christmas trees all set up. Fire department personnel on duty, and they are going to demonstrate some ways that dangerous fires can occur when ornaments and some of the holiday decorations we have, candles, things like that, aren't set up properly. So this demonstration is going to begin here in a few seconds. We're just going to walk over here and kind of see what's going on. So we've got several members of the media over here behind my shoulder as well that are out here as well, and this demonstration will begin in a few moments. So those of you that have holiday decorations at home, let's just take a look here at the kind of thing that can happen sometimes. So I'm going to flip the camera around here a little bit. We're going to pan over here now and show we've got a fighter over here that is lighting some candles next to a tree. You can see here we've got some candles down here right now that are next to this dry Christmas tree, and it doesn't take very long at all before that type of thing can result in a fire. So they start small like this, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of flames, but with many of these Christmas trees this time of year that get dry, they can start to burn very quickly. Now, this is a demonstration at the Phoenix Fire Training Academy, and we've got firefighters on hand here that can protect and make sure the fire gets out. But in your home, that this can be kind of a big deal. You know, you can just imagine. So that fire is getting going right now. You can see that. Let's take a listen.
Sometimes people smoke or do whatever or come knock to this candle, go to the trash bin, you have a lot of tissue paper.
Okay, we're probably about 90 seconds into the demonstration right now, and it's going to start to take off.
That's where it's going to start. Stop now. Making the flame. Start coming down. Get out of bed. Smoke alarm's going off. All that smoke's not getting down. So that's going to get low. Fall out. Have a sleep. All of this is going to be
Now, this is a typical situation. Everybody loves some candles in their home this type of year. These trees, I'm seeing some comments here about watering the trees and that sort of thing, and it's true, you have to keep your tree watered, but this is also the time in Phoenix anyway, when we've got some low temperatures here at night. People are just starting to turn their heaters on in their house, and that will dry a tree out very quickly in your home. So it may not even be able to keep up with the water that you give it. These are all kind of the scenarios that happen this type of year. So this particular tree here was started with a candle, and even though looks like the tree itself is still pretty green, you can still see that the fire is climbing up to the top of it there. So you can just imagine that would be getting close to your ceiling. That smoke that goes up in the air, that's the real problem right there too, because lots of times people are overcome by smoke as they're trying to get out of their homes. And that's really the problem that happens right there. So I hope that if you have a tree at your home that you're able to kind of tell this. We're going to take a look now. There's another firefighter behind me here that is going on to the next demonstration. So see, in this scenario here, we've got some Christmas presents that have been left out, they can catch on fire as well. And this tree is right next to that. Let's flip it around. First tree is still burning, but you can see the second one here is really starting to take off right now. Now again, it's the flames that really are the big heart of a fire, but that smoke going up into the air right there, that's the part that is dangerous inside a home. So right by now the smoke detectors, if they're working, should have gone off, but getting out of the home when you're asleep, something like that, very difficult, and you can get easily overcome by that smoke. Look at that tree go. Firefighter is going in here to the next tree demonstration. Some people still have fireworks or maybe celebrating with fireworks in their home this time of year. And you can see sparklers are a big thing that come around not only the 4th of July, but this time of year as well to kind of celebrate. But one of those getting close to a Christmas tree can cause problems as well. One of the local news stations here has a drone out. You can see it in the picture up here. It's getting a few shots of what's going on. That second tree that was lit is just about gone. And finally, he's going to light the last tree as well. This one here. Fireworks and dry tree don't mix. Pretty much see what's happening with that tree over here. That's similar to a sparkler or a Roman candle going off in that final tree. Let's pull around over here and we'll get a better look at it. So again, the fire is one part of the danger. That smoke going up in the air, that is the real problem in terms of trying to escape a fire, is being overcome with that smoke. So remember, always crawl low, get low to get outside. Firefighters standing by here. Hose is active and ready to go if the fire goes anyplace else. But we're in the Phoenix Fire Training Academy. We've got a pretty wide open area here to do this demonstration. But you can see that it really becomes an issue if it's inside your home.
Very important, make sure that anytime you have any candles lit during the holiday season, that they are managed, that you're in the room, you're around the candles in the room, and extinguish any candles when you leave the house during the holiday season, so you can reduce the risk of fire. That's all we've got right now. Thank you for joining us for the day.
You can kind of tell this last tree that was ignited over here with the fireworks is really starting to ignite now. And you can just imagine if that was in your home, what kind of scenario you'd have. And again, it's not so much the fire dangerous, but that smoke going up into the sky right there. All that smoke inside a home makes it very difficult to breathe and difficult to get out. I'm probably standing 50 feet away from that tree right now, and I can really feel the heat. Inside a home, that would be a deadly fire. So these types of fires here were started with fireworks like this, commercially available in Arizona. But those around the house when they're near maybe a fireplace or something of that nature, and you have a dry tree, it's a bad combination in terms of trying to keep things safe.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Well, you've just witnessed a demonstration at the Phoenix Fire Training Academy on some of the dangers of holiday decorations this time of year when we have trees in our house and things like candles, fireworks, things of that nature that may cause a fire. So again, we're late into the holiday season right now. It's not finished yet, but we have to talk about these kind of things. And this type of situation can be deadly in your home. You want to make sure it doesn't happen. So things like fireworks, candles, fireplaces, any source of flame like that, and a live tree doesn't mix. So keep your tree watered, stay safe, enjoy your holiday, and we'll see you next time on Instagram Live. Battery operated lights, I see a question down there. I think that you just have to be careful. Anytime there's a dry tree and any type of thing that can provide a spark or heat, that can be a problem as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to flip the camera around, and we'll see you next time.